Good.
Yeah,
Awesome. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out again. Really nice to have you guys here. So we got some really cool stuff for today going. We'll start off with the news, of course, like we always do. And then we're going to go into Jack's Declassified CTF Survival Guide, take a short little break, and then we are going to go into some, oh, I did not change the title on that. Sorry about that, guys. We're actually going to be doing some PicoCTF challenges. So instead of the soft skills, which is what we had last week, I apologize, didn't change that. We're going to be doing some PicoCTF examples for you guys. Just a reminder for everybody, we also do have the CTF coming up this weekend. I believe we have information posted about it in Discord, and we'll talk about it a little bit at the end as well. But we'll get started with the news today. Oh, got it. I think you're first. Yeah.
All right. So the first one was Russian hackers breached Microsoft and HPE's corporate mailboxes. So on January 12th, a Russian state hacker group that goes by Midnight Blizzard breached Microsoft's corporate system. The attack appeared to begin around November, where they used a password spray attack to get into whatever account that they could. They ended up compromising a legacy non-production test account, and then because this account still had like top-tier permissions, they were able to gain access to other corporate email accounts. And with that, they were able to exfiltrate some data and emails and any attached documents. It appears that they were targeting emails specific around their organization. So whatever the purpose was, Microsoft hasn't said anything. And they stated that no customer information or systems were breached and no Microsoft AI systems either. And then the second attack was when the same group on December 12th attacked HPE. They gained access to their cloud email service. And it appears they just exfiltrated emails and data based from different people in different departments, from the cybersecurity department, developing department, business departments, etc. It appears that both these attacks were related to something as well, but the HPE one had an attack earlier from the same group. It appears that they exfiltrated some SharePoint files as well.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, so I came across this one earlier this week, actually, but I read about two organizations, Cyber News and Security Discovery. They actually I don't know if I could say stumbled upon, but they found a data leak that's exposing around 26 billion records from really public or really popular websites. So the data is from LinkedIn, Twitter or X, Dropbox, Adobe, Canva, Telegram, and Weibo and Tencent. So they're not sure if it's actually like from a hack, but from what I looked around, it could either be a malicious actor, but a lot of people are also saying that it could potentially just be data brokers that have had their information just compiled into one source. There isn't necessarily any threat to people's passwords and stuff like that from this data that I could find, but this is going to make it really easy for people that know what to do with your data in order to actually target you for like phishing scams, identity theft, and fraud. A lot of people don't know about this, but you should not use the same password for multiple platforms, especially when stuff like this happens. If your name comes up 10, 15, 20 times in a record database, and you have the same email for both, and somebody does one phishing attack against you successfully from the data that they can collect from something like this, well then all 26 of your accounts are going to be compromised really easily. So very simple. This one I just found was really interesting. I'd love to see what happens with this, but it's just a nice reminder for everybody to beef up their security and make sure that you're not using the same password as well. So next we actually have a guest presenter for the news. We always encourage people to present if that's something that you want to do. So we got Adam coming up. Adam is from first year. Please, if you want to present any new segments, or if you want to do a middle segment, let us know. We'd be more than happy to let you guys come up, practice your presentation skills, or if you have an interesting story that you want to share with us, we always welcome people to come up and present. So, Adam, take it away.
Thank you.
No problem.
So just to quickly introduce myself, my name is Adam. Like you said, I'm a first year, and this is my first time presenting, so I'm pretty excited. but this is about the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So on December 12th, it was reported that Kyivstar, which is Ukraine's primary mobile network, actually got attacked and taken down. Now, while I was looking around, it didn't say for how long it was taken down. It just, based on the article dates, it looked like it was about 1.5 days minimum and a maximum of 1 week. So, but a minimum of 1.5 days is a lot considering that its impact was pretty big. So Kyivstar has about 24 million people connected to its service, which meant that most, if not all, of those 24 million people had no communication or service. And it was said to be about 1 million without internet. But other than that, cash machines at the largest banks in Ukraine weren't working either. So they weren't allowed to withdraw any money, and the ATM machines were pretty much just non-operational. But the craziest thing I found pretty intriguing but also terrifying was that the city of Sumy, their air raid sirens stopped working. So it didn't say for how long, obviously, but they were completely non-operational, and law enforcement, it did say in the article, law enforcement was rushing to get it fixed because you can imagine the panic that happened. But after the attack, the SBU, which is the security service of Ukraine, said that the Russians were behind the attack. And then the cyber spy chief, Ilya Vitwik, said Russians were in the system of Kyivstar for months before they actually did the attack. So a month passes, and another article comes out about hacktivists linked to the SBU, which is the security service of Ukraine, called Blackjack, attacked a Moscow ISP known as M9 Telecom. So the attack compared to the Kyivstar attack wasn't that big. It was just about 20 terabytes of data that was deleted and left some people in Moscow without TV and internet. But the thing is I didn't include this in the article because I kind of wanted to have the direct story between the two retaliations. But Blackjack is a prominent figure between the Ukrainian and Russian conflict in the cyberspace. It was on December 20th, they also attacked a Russian utility company. They deleted, I think it was about 50 terabytes worth of data and attacked 6,000 computers, so that was a pretty big attack. But lastly, just to end it off, in the article, the journalist said that his source said that the attack on Blackjack's attack on M9 Telecom was just a warm-up for them, and they're planning something much, much bigger soon. So that's something to look out for. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, like I said, if you guys would like to ever present the news, if there's anybody first year, second year, third year, doesn't matter what year you're from, feel free to just let us know. You can message us on Discord, and we'll be more than happy to let you present your news. Thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate that. All right, Jack, want to take it away?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we have a CTF coming up this weekend, as you might have heard. So ISSessions CTF is often people's first CTF. With that in mind, we're dedicating this middle segment as sort of a primer to get you guys up to speed if this is your first CTF. Also in stream questions, I dropped some relevant links. Sign up is still open. In-person tickets are still available. And also make sure you join our CTF Discord, as that's where the rest of our CTF communication is going to be taking place. So in terms of table of contents, just sort of an introduction on what CTFs are. We're going to go over the categories for this CTF, and then wrapping up with some general tips and some resources for preparing for CTFs. So what is a CTF? We've done a lot of promo, so you guys probably know by now, but it's a cybersecurity competition where teams are pitted against one another in a sort of test of their skills. So ours is what's called a Jeopardy style CTF. Once the day rolls around where the challenges start, you're going to see all the categories and all the challenges in those categories. You're free to pick and choose which challenges you take on, and you're free to drop a challenge and move on whenever you want. Our challenges, they're dynamically scored, so that means the more people solve challenges, the less they are worth. So if you notice your score going down, that's the reason why. In each challenge, it ends with you finding a flag, which is a string of characters. I have an example there. Sometimes the challenge will have our little, I don't even know what you call it, but the format there, the espionage CTF, which makes it easy to tell when you found the flag. Other times, the challenge will just provide the middle part, and it's up to you to wrap that around with our espionage CTF. So like I said, our CTF is very beginner friendly, and if you participate and find out that you're interested in CTFs, I recommend checking out ctftime.org, because CTFs are, not exaggerating, happening every week. So there's plenty of opportunity to participate. So the categories for this CTF this weekend, we have cryptography, reverse engineering, web, pwn, OSINT, forensics, and programming, which is a pretty standard variety of categories. This is what you can expect in pretty much every CTF. So getting started with cryptography, typically these challenges require you to decrypt a message containing sensitive information, usually the flag, and this message could be encrypted using a standard encryption method like RSA, or something not so established and obscure. For our CTF, probably not very established ciphers. Solving these, they can be used with tools or just plain math. And in terms of recommended tools for this category, CyberChef is probably the MVP for cryptography. You can easily include different commands you want to do to the text. Let's say you want to reverse it, decode base 64, and then do a ROT 13. CyberChef is really easy at stringing those commands together. Decode, both CyberChef and Decode have tools for recognizing which cipher is being used, and Decode is probably a bit better for those more obscure encryption methods. So like if you're facing a challenge which has some sort of encryption method from 1600s Germany, Decode has your back. Not joking there. OGs remember the Scratch challenge from 2 years ago. And finally, a calculator. We should all be familiar with that. Abacus if you're feeling crazy with it. Just don't use Josh Schneider's Lego calculator and you'll be good. So reverse engineering, with this, you're usually given typically compiled application or program, and your job is to work backwards to figure out the inner workings and find the flag. This, like I said, might involve converting the compiled code into human readable formats. So the tools you're going to be using, disassemblers, Connor help me. Debuggers. So Ghidra, GDB, IDA, and freeware. IDA. If you got like, how much does IDA Pro cost, Connor?
Like $10,000.
Yeah, if you got $10,000 sitting around, go for that. Pwn, aka binary exploitation. This is probably like the rawest CTF category. This involves you leveraging vulnerabilities in a binary in order to alter the intended execution. So tools / concepts to look into, integer overflows and buffer overflows are pretty common in this category. Pwn tools is a tool to use. GDB can be useful. It would also be very helpful to know some Python and C. Python, if you want to make scripts, Python's kind of the best for that. And basically, like all Pwn challenges use C, because a lot of Pwn challenges revolve around memory vulnerabilities, and C has them. All right, so web challenges, similar to Pwn, except the vulnerabilities you're going to be leveraging are going to be in web applications. This might be your SQL injections, your cross-site scriptings, and basically you're often trying to either elevate your privileges or get around some sort of authorization, and they can be found in a variety of different places in the website. Burp Suite is undeniably the MVP of this category. They have so many tools. I know TryHackMe has a very good Burp Suite learning module. I recommend that. And then Browser Dev Tools is also useful. CyberChef also comes up a lot. A lot of web challenges involve working with base 64, which CyberChef can do for you. OSINT, a category which is not controversial and everybody likes and nobody complains about. For any first-time participants, I was sarcastic. It stands for Open Source Intelligence, and your goal here is to use public information to find the flag. This might be using Bing, social media, VirusTotal, etc., LinkedIn, SoundCloud if you participate in the last year's CTF. And I mean, yeah, Google is definitely useful for OSINT, but Google is definitely useful for all categories. You know, if you're running into a problem which you haven't faced before, try using Google, because a lot of these CTF challenges, they're, let's say, inspired by other previous CTF challenges. Not mine, of course. I can't speak for the other devs. I only recycle Jackson slides, not challenges. Forensics is a pretty broad category. You'll often be working with a variety of file types, and you're meant to deduce, sleuth out the flag. This could also include steganography, which is sort of the art of hiding information in a file in a way which, you know, any eavesdroppers wouldn't even notice the information's there, like in an image, for example. So recommended tools: Wireshark, EXIF tool, StegHide, volatility for memory forensics. And our last category, programming, sort of the wild card. Probably all familiar with it. Sheridan has an intro to programming class. But yeah, so you're either creating or maybe you're editing an existing application or script in order to solve a problem. Recommended tools: Python. If you feel like it, you can use other programming languages. You know, your C, your C++, your C Sharps, your Scratches, whatever. And the ultimate tool is Kali Linux. So if you don't already, you definitely want a Kali Linux VM before you start a CTF. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Kali, it's a Linux distro with pen testing and digital forensics in mind. It comes with over 600 tools pre-installed, so that's going to save you a lot of time. You might be looking at like a walkthrough and you see them using some sort of tool you don't recognize. Odds are it's in Kali already. Yeah, and then finally, in terms of general tips, take your time, be ready to learn new things. Like if this is your first CTF, I know ours is beginner friendly, but you know, you might only solve a few challenges. That's a-okay. Yeah, make sure you try a bit of everything. You never know which category you're going to like. One other recommendation is to write write-ups at the end of it. So if you solve a challenge, even if it's an easy one, take the time to make a write-up. You can put it on LinkedIn, you can put it on a blog or whatever. Employers love that stuff. And also, one thing which is kind of unique with our CTF, we do give out prizes for write-ups. I know last year, first year, won third place there, and he got some pocket change there. So don't be afraid to submit some write-ups. And step away when needed. Don't burn yourself out. The challenges, they stay up all night. That doesn't mean you have to. Make sure you get sleep. Make sure you eat food, drink water. Please make sure you shower before you show up. And finally, have fun. So the last thing before I leave you guys, resources. Try HackMe. So you're probably familiar with PicoCTF, which if it rings a bell, that's because it's on the agenda for tonight. Hack the Box. Generally a bit more advanced. However, they do have this one learning path, which is meant for beginners, and it's definitely meant for beginners. Like it's a good introduction to Nmap as well as different protocols. And in terms of YouTubers, John Hammond, a pretty famous InfoSec one, he has a bunch of PicoCTF walkthroughs as well as just general videos on cybersecurity in general. And if you're looking at Pico challenges specifically, I recommend Mike on Tech. He's definitely the best. He's got like 100 Pico walkthroughs, and they're all great. He takes the time to explain things. So check him out. And I believe that's it. So once again, signups is still open, and good luck for the CTF.
Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of break, guys. I'm going to post the link for the CCR in the Discord now, so if you want to get your CCR points, please do. If you don't have the link, or if you can't get to the link, let me know. I'll help you out. But yeah, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll get started with the PicoCTF challenges.
I'll unmute. Oh yeah, we should also set a timer. Oh wait, yeah, we still have the mic here. You're unmuted, right?
Yo. Oh. Should just start playing CSGO. Yo, can anyone help me with my packet tracer assignment?
Alright, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, so we're back from our break. Yeah, so we got PicoCTF challenge walkthroughs. We'll be giving you guys 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, we'll be giving you guys 10 minutes to solve the challenge. Each of our presenters will introduce the challenge, and then after 10 minutes, we'll do a walkthrough for you guys. So, Varun, you're up first.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. So the challenge I'm gonna do a walkthrough on is hide me. So I'll just read the instruction. Bro. Yo, Jack. My track's not working.
Okay. Yeah, so we're doing a hide me on PicoCTF. Make sure you log in. Let's see if we can pull up the instructions. Damn it. Alright, forensics. Oh, there's Chris's chart. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the description says every file gets a flag. The SOC analyst saw one image being sent back and forth between two people. They decided to investigate and find out that there was more than what meets the eye. And there's a link there to like download the image, so you can just click there and download the image and start the challenge. And I'll start the timer now. Let's go. Yeah. I was like, what? It's trying to the phone for some.
This one is beyond my skills.
Oh yeah, dude.
I was like, that's not really fun. And it's forensics, which means I don't have I don't know if I've ever actually done forensics in my life.
There's some forensics in front of Kyle.
No, I don't think I've ever done a single forensics job. I'm so sorry.
Probably decrease the time to 7 minutes for the next two.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What you been up to? Don't ask.
Literally nothing. I wish I had something interesting to respond, but absolutely nothing. I am mental doom, so I'm just so bored.
So Connor, are you still doing the Netflix?
I mean, right now I'm not doing anything. Like I'm just waiting because I start school with you guys in May, and then I start back at SeatGeek in July. But until then, for the next couple months, I'm not doing anything. Or I'm not doing like anything for work at least. I am just existing.
Back at the beer store.
Oh, I could go to the beer store. That sounds awesome.
So can you show me your magic trick?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That was sweet too.
Bro, you take a glass bottle, a cold glass
Such a
bottle.
No.
Don't do that. So you take the caps and so much like sprinkle some alcohol in your can, some like alcohol or whatever. Go upside down on the bottle. Just put your hands on it. The heat makes it evaporates the alcohol. The bottle cap is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I guess, okay, that is kind of cool. He showed you that in the beer store.
Yeah.
Some like random dude or an employee?
Some random dude.
Just some random. That's sweet.
He told me not to tell him. I'm not gonna talk like 7 people, bro.
That's wrong. You betrayed his trust.
No, I have big video evidence of that too. Hopefully the mic can't open it.
Did you have any, I mean, did you, coming in first grade, yeah? Did you put that in?
They're like 60.
Oh, that's pretty good, nice, nice.
Given the real. That was what I was optimistic for.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's pretty good. Sheridan College. It was a McCallie campus. Exciting. How big is the space? Have you seen it?
I don't know. Just passing.
Kyle and I looked at it, what, however many, 3 years ago or something. We looked around. We just like walked around the whole campus because we were just kind of curious if there was anywhere going to be good. They have like their version of the Learning Commons. It looks like it would definitely be good for price fine for 60.
Yeah, I mean, academics, the hackathon,
Sure.
they literally had it last weekend.
Perfect.
St. Louis.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, for sure. Nice. That's exciting.
You coming with us?
I don't know. Because, well, to be honest, this is to see Allie. So, I'm not sure.
Bro, I'll just get you like a fedora.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my only concern. Yeah. That is my main concern. Yeah. So I'll see how I'm feeling the day of. Is where I stand right now.
It's like shouldn't be used to time because we don't have a my address. I was just on it.
Tonight? Yeah. I mean,
So what part of the trackpad like wasn't working?
who knows? Maybe. I think the first year. we did
I
this,
guess
it was
now
like,
it's working.
I think 10. I don't. 10 is okay. If people are actually working on it,
Yeah.
10 is fine. It's only 3.
Now it's alright.
3, I think. Right? Yeah. Oh, I link this guy every time people talk to him. It's good stuff.
Between crypto and Fortnite, like it's this guy. I feel like you're
Did you have to download your challenge?
Yeah.
No, it's hard. Here, I'll find everything else. I'm not even doing it. It's not the Switch. Everything else works but this one. There's no way. Like it's not the right. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I've been around. Are you winter semester? Yeah. Okay, yeah. How's Sun treating you guys? Oh, that guy's great. I don't know if he said, but like you call him like big boss, boss man or whatever.
What class
He
did
loves that.
what was the class we had Splunk and Dance Friends in? That's when I was just added to each channel.
Probably. You guys gotta look at a 5-star rating on Rayman Prof. Keep that stuff up. Get ambitious. Let's shoot for 6 stars. I think we can do it.
Maybe I should have picked. Finish. Just a little.
Okay, time's up. So I'll get into the challenge. Check a reset. But wait. Okay, so here you can see the flag.png file downloaded. So let me just. So here you can see the image file. So it just says PicoCTF. So let's go back to the instruction and let's see if there's any hint. Oh, there's no hint. So okay, so let's take a look at the tags. So it says PicoCTF forensics steganography. So as Jack mentioned before, like steg is something like you gotta hide it in a file. So it might be. So here it's the flag. So let's search for forensics image CTF steganography. Okay. Let's go to a CTF guide and let's see. So here's a tool called EXIF tool. So this tool helps you to analyze the metadata. So metadata is something like the file name or the file type or the size or any other data related to the file. So let's try running the EXIF tool on the flag file. So EXIF tool flag.png. Okay. Here it says flag.png, and then sometimes like the challenge developers might hide something in the metadata, so it might be the key or some other thing that can help you to get the flag. Sometimes it might be even the flag. So if you look at the data, but it says it just looks normal, so there's no hidden data or hidden flag in the metadata. So let's move on to the next tool, XXD. Let's try XXD. So XXD helps you to like get the hex dump of the file. I guess you don't need the hex dump for this file. Oh no, let's just go with the other tool. Okay, let's just go with the normal strategy for solving the steg files. We're gonna run strings. So strings basically like outputs all the strings present in the file. So let's try strings flag.png, and there we go. Okay, if you look at the last two lines, you can see there's something called secret/ut and secret/flag.png. So I guess it's some kind of a directory. So let's try to like unzip it and get the directory if possible. So unzip flag.png. There we go. Okay. Let's check if there's any. Yeah, there you go. There you see the secret directory. So let's go to the secret directory, and there you go. ls. Oh, there's another file, the same name as flag.png. So let's try and open and see this flag.png. Oh, there you go. I guess you can't see this. Hiding an image within something. So that's how the flag looks like, and for our CTF it's gonna be the same format except it's espionage CTF and then the flag. So that's it for me, and if you got any questions you can drop them in the stream. If not, I guess Chris or yeah, Lucas is gonna.
Can I ask a quick question, if that's all right?
challenge.
Okay, so for the next challenge, it is safe opener. All it says is, I forgot my key to the safe, but this program's supposed to help me with it. Retrieving the lost key can help me unlock my safe. Put the password you recover in the PicoCTF format. So like Jack was mentioning before, you just put the password inside the format that they give at the bottom down here. Alright. Well, do you want to give them 7 minutes or 10?
You know what? I think they can do it in 7.
Okay. Alright, 7 minutes. Good luck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys just got like 7 minutes to solve it. Oh, the name of the challenge. Do you know the name of the challenge?
It was... Yeah, I think so. Yeah, safe opener. There you go.
I think it's solved in this way.
Actually find the link to click on to do the challenge.
Depends on what you need to do. Courses?
Yeah, I've never been to that campus. So. I think it's like a lot bigger than
And sometimes they get like bad stuff.
yeah. Were you allowed to go to the front of the line about sharing colors with students? They didn't give you special credits?
I almost gave up a few classes because of that. Try to study, just focus on like getting the exam marks first, but don't forget about the rest. Because it's only 50-50.
One of these days,
If you focus on the exam, these assignments, okay, your marks are gonna like drop. So
Two other like
I focus on the exam.
QSI. And then, yeah, that was it for those ones.
Try or
dude, I have one guy.
so try to open the program like when I study nano
Okay.
you'll see the what's the see if there's anything like flag or something suspicious.
He's my favorite. There's some like hard ones. Like I did one for like forensics.
Oh,
I what the fuck are you doing? Everything but the assignment. Yo, that's my job offer. The question is, does the access point hold that much for those?
down the website, like we got a lot of
Just say
people
my
by
bands. They got
like
something.
write that down and then log in.
How was your assignment?
Sounds so depressed. What is it? I mean, it just gives you a Java program where you just read it, and then there's a password, and you enter the password, 64. That's it. Yeah, I think it takes like 2 minutes maybe. I was worried it might be a little too simple, but.
Might help if it should it's hard.
All right, time's up. Let's see how you do it. Okay, so taking a look at the program, it looks like it just takes a password, and then it checks the password, and if you got the right password, you're in. So first thing we got to do is figure out the password. So the program just takes it, and then it calls on a function down here called openSafe, and that looks like if it's equal to the encoded key. So the encoded key is up here, which should be the password. But if you try it, it's not going to be right, because it shows up here that it encodes with base 64 any answer that you give as a password. So this is going to imply that this password is going to be base64 encoded as well. So to check it, just copy it and then go onto Google. And then any base64 encoder, doesn't really matter. You actually have to copy it for it to work. Where'd it go? That ain't it. Huh. Very cool. Reselection, there we go. Alright, how the hell do you copy?
Oh yeah, bro, you just gotta right click that.
I cannot remember. Where'd it go? What is it again?
Mousepad maybe?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nah.
Nope.
Terminal?
You are right, I think. There we go. I guess I could just hold on. I could probably just open it manually. Alright, after that very climactic time, you get the password. So to solve it, what you do is you take the password, you bring it in here, and you have to put it in the format that they give you. Just paste it, put it in. It's not correct. Love to see it. Did I? That is the thing. What did I forget?
Yeah, it's the CTF. Like
I spell it wrong. What did I screw up? Oh, I see. There we go. After a tough time, we got it done. So Chris is gonna show up and show us next.
All right. So the challenge is PCAP poisoning, and the description is how about some hide and seek, eh? So you're gonna have 7 minutes to solve it. Okay.
solve it? Still working on it?
It's a hard one.
Okay.
You open it.
I find it fast. I want to copy the string fast. Which string?
All right, so to solve the challenge, let's see. So the file that you downloaded was trace.pcap. So pcap files are used with Wireshark. So in Wireshark, all you do is you go to File, open it, and then you click the trace.pcap file, and then you'll get you'll see the contents of it. As you can see, like there's like a lot of like information. There's like FTP data. There's some retransmission stuff. So, I mean, you could scroll through this and try to figure it out, but you have a display filter right here. And if you want, you can just use the display filter. So the command that you would be using is, it's called frame contains. Okay, so if that display filter does not work, you could scroll through it, and the actual flag should be right here. Wait. Yeah, so it would be the retransmission flag right here. So it's the contents is right here. So you would essentially be copying this flag, PicoCTF, in that format into Pico, or another way on how to do it is to use the strings command. So you would use strings. Here, I just have to stop this. So it would be strings trace.pcap, and then you would pipe it. So it's basically taking the input from the strings command, and then it would be, and then it's combining two commands, the strings, and then grep. Grep essentially uses regular expressions, so then it allows you to look at the file, and so the grep command would be Pico. So that's like an easy way on how to solve it, like easy and quick. So Then from that, you're just taking this entire line, copying it, yeah, so you'd be copying it into Pico and then pasting the actual CTF string. That's how you solve it. So just with strings and then looking at the PCAP file. So yeah. I ended up deleting the web page.
We're a cybersecurity club. Thank you to all our presenters today. Thank you for Adam for coming out to do the news. Like Jamal said, if you are interested in doing the news, just hit us up. We're more than happy to have you. And yeah, so make sure you sign up for the CTF if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys there. Until then, have a good night.